Time Leap is the title of my exhibition at TAO Art Space. It refers to the notion of time that I've been exploring since the beginning of my practice. I think that time is a kind of material, is a kind of space where artists can work, so I try to give the feeling of the time travel and the idea also that some object I'm presenting could come from the past and some could refer to the future. The title also refers to leaves. You can see some of my artwork in the exhibition and the reflection of the light that when we see the reflection, it's already belonging to the past. So there is also, in my mind, a connection between reflection and time. So the first room, it's about different projects I've done about gaze, the notion of eyes, the idea and the relationship of the artist and their practice with their own eyes. You can see a few paintings with some eyes. They are coming from historical painting. I just extracted the eyes on a silver surface. So again, you have this reflection and you have this presence. And for me, they are like ghosts of existing historical painting. The second room where we are shows a project I've done for Sydney Biennale. I was able to get the permits to shoot some Aboriginal sacred site. The initial idea of this project was kind of paradox between some scientific tools like thermal cameras, hyperspectral cameras, or LiDAR that I use now for different projects. And the idea is that this special camera could be used to show the invisible, to show the power of the place, to show a kind of radiation. Because the question is, are there sacred before this special site? They have been chosen because they have a power, or they have a power because the human decide that they are sacred and they are used in different kind of rituals. So I went there and I started to film this site, and after we work in post-production to add some spheres. So very often I use some special phenomenon, some special presences to reflect, to reveal the invisible part of a place. And the spheres, they mean to express the invisible layers that we can't have access to, because dream and the songline referring to Aboriginal culture, they are not really accessible to foreigners. So I created this sphere to represent this hidden and invisible part of the culture. So the title of this project, of this film project, is OttO. OttO refers to the name of the guide of the different sacred sites we went, but it refers also to Otto Schumann. He was a German scientist, and he made clear that the Earth is generating a frequency of 7.83 Hertz. It's exactly what I mentioned before, why some places are special. I think that maybe one day we will be able to measure this radiation and different elements, making that one place give us the feeling of being special and strong. The last room you have, just one artwork. It's a new series with some LiDAR scanner used to scan flowers. And after there is a post-production work where I double the flowers. So it gives a feeling of mutated flowers from the future. So the title is Future Herbarium. So we have this idea of a very scientific aesthetic of the LiDAR scanner, contrasting with a kind of more traditional background with the silver leaves. In the meantime, one other work you can see just behind me is also part of a series, an ongoing project. The name is Studies into the Past. It's a series of painting mixing different temporalities. So it's a way to give the feeling that this work could have exist before my project and it could come from the past and that I could be have influenced by this painting to do my movie project. So it's also a way to make a kind of confusion of time and of the chronology of my different projects.
从龙凤的作品中，一直都可以看到3个很不同的经典元素：过去、现在、未来。那这样时空的交错，其实也非常符合我们空间的收藏跟我们空间的一个理念。那我们从当代艺术到古典美学的收藏这个部分的对话，其实我觉得都很完美的呈现在Laurent跟他的作品跟创作之中。那像这个屏风，你可以从上面看到一个东方的元素、西方的元素，那甚至还有古神话的一些画面在上面，其实真的很有意思，也很有趣。那就很像我们空间希望说，引领大家去探索艺术更多、更有趣、更好玩的部分。